Welcome
Hi.
to day 6 of Chat with Chris and Pat.
Chris and Pat, not piss and crap.
Not to be confused.
Okay. Wow.
So,
Let me wash my hands. One second. Do your thing.
the amazing Pat
Thank you.
is making burgers for us. And we're making it really simple. And he uses this little squisher thing to smash them.
Smash.
So we do smash burgers pretty regularly, probably about, would you say, 4 times a week?
Yeah, probably 4 times a week.
And then we do steak. And right now I'm doing some sausage along with it.
Yeah.
And we have the cheeses out for our sons because they're still eating cheese. We're not right now.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
and it was really funny. I thought it was really funny, at least, because Pat has a thing for cheese, but it doesn't like him very much.
Yeah. It's really interesting because, I mean, I can already tell, litmus test wise, that there was a particular sausage that I love, but when I used to kind of like eat cheese and heavy cream in my coffee and stuff like that, and then I would have those sausages, I would have like indigestion, I would have acid reflux,
Loading. Belching.
bloating. This has no effect on me.
Without the cheese.
Without the cheese and the dairy, because we've had Kaneka sausage, 2 or 3 times. So yeah, wow, what?
I know. And so, but what's really torturous is that he loves cheese, and then he's got to put the cheese on the burgers for our well, he doesn't have to.
It's no fair for the cook.
He's a good man and does it for his kids. And I love that. And he's like, he was talking to the cheese. I wanted to catch it, but he was too fast.
Dang it.
He was talking to the cheese. Do you want to say how you were talking to the cheese?
Yeah, it's like, oh man, you're the devil, aren't you? I mean, it's like there's this piece of cheese right here that was like kind of like halfway ripped, and in my head I was thinking, oh, this cheese needs to be eaten. Nobody's gonna want that.
Right? But it doesn't need to be eaten. It can stay there.
Right.
Sacrifices can be made. And I know, okay, so I need to say this out loud because I do recognize that people will look at us and be like, you need to lose weight. And we're not doing it just to lose the weight, although that is, I'm not gonna lie, the midsection does grow when you get into your late 40s. But for me, it's about longevity and health. Like you said on one of the first ones.
I forgot what I said.
Didn't you say it was on one of the first ones? We
Yeah,
had family members who who suffered in their death that were genuinely diet related. When you look at the science behind these illnesses,
I think that's the thing. I like to interject if that's okay.
please, yeah.
Nobody's looking at the science. When, anybody around me in my workplace, if I were to mention scientifically I'm overweight, you're like, oh no, you're not overweight. They're wrong. Science is wrong. Studies
Yeah, but
are wrong.
I mean,
You
got a baby.
I do have a baby. But even when I didn't have a baby, I had like
Had the love handles.
Had love handles then. Even, obviously I have them now. But it's like nobody wants it.
They don't want to talk about. Yeah, they don't.
Yeah.
I love that hogwash.
Hogwash.
People don't want to talk about what overweight is because it's kind of cancel culture and it's not nice to say. But there actually are clinical definitions of what overweight is, oops, gotta turn that.
Funny, I made the mistake of saying that I'm going to be 0 carb for 90 days, and the look I got.
Did you really?
Yeah.
When did this happen?
It was a question about, hey, who's making New Year's resolutions? One guy said he's not going to have any alcohol for a month.
Good.
Yeah, good on you. Good on you, Carrie. That's awesome. Oops, I name dropped. But I was like, yeah, I'm going to be 0 carb for 90 days. And the look I got was, how is that sustainable? I was like, I know about this lady that's been eating this way for 65 years.
Yeah.
She's okay.
65 years is a long time.
65 fucking years.
It is anecdotal.
Bacon.
Yeah.
Beef. She's a cattle rancher. She's climbing fucking fences in her 80s. What?
Yeah. Yeah.
And she's like, "But I can't do that. I've got to have, my body needs the sucrose from fruit." And I'm like, I have no idea what her body needs. I know some people's bodies need different things. But I said, my wife and I did this for 60 days. Luckily, we didn't find anything out the hard way.
Yeah, smart.
But for you, yeah, I just like for you, I imagine you might need that. I don't know. You really need that. But,
it's a hard one, isn't it?
yeah. You definitely can't ram your truth down somebody's throat or make them the wrong person. You just got to tell your own truth. Yeah.
Well, and that's just it.
Yeah.
I mean, I honestly, the first time I ever heard about only eating meat, I thought it was crazy. Really crazy. I'm like, y'all are crazy. There's no way. Vegetables are good for you. But maybe not all the greatest. I'm sure that there's...
It's like,
I don't know.
Imagine if there was a group of people that found out they could actually float on air and they were...
Float on hair?
Float on hair, too. That one, yeah.
I would love that.
Sign
me up.
Yeah, they were just like walking off cliffs and they were, but if you were to tell somebody that, they'd be like, oh, no way. So I imagine that's people's perspective is you have to have vegetables. You have to have,
It was mine for a long time.
Right, yeah. So if you tell somebody, no, you don't have to have vegetables. I don't have to have vegetables. I'm sure it'd be like, wow, how long? I'm sure people can think, how long are you going to live?
Right? There's a lot of people living a long time without it. So we'll see. It's supposed to really help with insulin issues and visceral fat.
Yeah.
Get it out around the organs. We don't need it around our organs. That's what is like detrimental. Anyway, so I just wanted to figure we'd have a chat. Your cheese made me think it could be fun. Good time. It's pretty echoey in our kitchen. Our kitchen's pretty echoey, but it's okay.
My moment of, damn, I want that.
Oh, that was the other thing we were talking about is, man, I had a really serious craving that I don't usually need to have a lot of willpower, but today I did because I was alone and I could have done anything I wanted and nobody would be around to see it, or I wouldn't even have to say anything to anybody about it. But I would know, and I just didn't want to do that. But I really wanted to add the sweetener. We use a monk fruit drops, liquid monk fruit drops previously. And I really wanted my tea with that so bad. So bad. But I'm like, damn it. I'm just going to sip my tea and be happy. But I wasn't. I just sipped my tea and wallowed and did Wordle. I did distractions.
Wallow and Wordle?
Wallow and Wordle. So, day six. Day 6 is like...
Day 6.
Not breaking yet, but man,
Yeah.
I wanted to. Real bad. So, all right. Food is now ready, and we're going to Jet, and he can take his awesome apron off.
Oh, yeah.
I love that you wear that, by the way. Sexy.
Thanks.
And we'll have another talk and chat tomorrow.
With Chris and Pat.
Yeah. Ciao.
Ciao.